Hello, and thanks for watching Focus, a show that focuses on community, unity, and service, featuring nonprofits. I'm Chris Giard. Today we are in downtown Hartford at the Connecticut Science Center. Now, this place is for people of all ages. It has over 165 hands-on exhibits, a cutting-edge 3D digital theater, 4 education labs, and daily programs. From physics to forensics, geology to astronomy, there's something for everyone to explore and enjoy. So let's go inside and take a look at the Connecticut Science Center. All right, now we're inside the Connecticut Science Center, right outside the doors of the 3D Theater, and I'm here with Katelyn Zima, the Communications Manager for the Science Center. Thank you so much for being a guest on Focus.
Absolutely, thank you for having us. We're excited.
So why don't you start by giving our audience a little overview about the Science Center, how long you guys have been around, what you love to do for our community.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a very exciting milestone. We just were able to celebrate 15 years of the Science Center being here as an iconic institution in downtown Hartford. We're really a great family destination for folks around the state, around the region, and even around the country to come explore STEM, have really hands-on interactive experiences, fun for the whole family. We have four floors of fun, over 165 hands-on exhibits ranging through all different facets of STEM for people to enjoy. We really have fun for everyone in the family.
And as a learning institution, for people that might hear that word STEM that don't really know, can you let our audience know, what does STEM stand for?
Yeah, so STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Which are the foundation of the learning blocks for any young mind.
Yes, yep.
So we're going to go through a lot of the different exhibits, but right off the bat, we have some great events that are coming up.
Yeah.
And programs year-round, but we are right in the middle of summer, so let's talk about what's happening in the summertime here at the Science Center.
Yeah, so to celebrate our 15th birthday, we have our biggest summer events lineup that we've ever had in the history of the 15 years. We have something pretty much every single weekend for families to come enjoy. We have Pokemon Day, Star Wars Day, we have an Animal Day coming up, as well as just our exhibits and our live science that our STEM educators are here on site doing daily as well. So there's really always a good reason to come back to the Science Center, and even make it multiple times that you'll come visit us during the summer.
And we'll talk a little bit later about how you can benefit by coming multiple times a year too, because there's so much to see.
Yep.
And I know for people of all ages, including big kids like myself, but let's talk about what the first exhibit's going to be. It's what, the Science Fiction, Science Future?
Yes, yep, Science Fiction, Science Future. So that is our traveling exhibition that's here for the rest of the summer. So it's definitely come and see it while it's here for the next couple weeks. It closes Labor Day weekend, but we're going to go check that out next.
All right, let's go give you a little sneak peek. All right, we've been magically transported into the traveling exhibit, Science Fiction, Science Future. So this is amazing. Can you tell us a little bit about what the exhibit has and how long it's going to be here for?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is our traveling exhibition that's here throughout the duration of the summer. So it'll close on Labor Day weekend, will be your last chance to see it. So definitely a few more weeks to come check out this really amazing experience that you can have here at the Science Center. So we have everything from robotics, augmented reality, holograms, and you could also see how they predicted the future would look like in different years throughout the century. So a lot of really cool interactives here that you can experience. Yeah,
I mean, if any sci-fi buffs are out there, this is like stepping right into the movies. Yeah. This is something you definitely want to experience for yourself.
Absolutely.
How often do the traveling exhibits switch out?
Yeah, so we typically get one big exhibition such as Science Fiction, Science Future per year. That's typically here from the spring through the end of the summer. We do have our Forest of Illusions exhibition coming back by popular demand in the fall, so definitely keep an eye out for those watching of when that will reopen, but that will be coming back, and every time we bring it back, there's some improvements and different experiences you can have there. So even if you've seen it once, we encourage you to come back and see what could be a little bit different for you to experience this time around.
Well, we'll show you some footage of Science Fiction, Science Future as we go into our next exhibit. Hello. Thank you for watching Focus. Now we're inside the butterfly encounter here at the Science Center, and it is just gorgeous looking at all these butterflies flying around us. They're coming up right behind me, yeah. Could you talk to us a little bit about the encounter that happens here, what people can expect, and knowing that it's a little bit more to the general admission?
Yeah, absolutely. So our butterfly encounter is really a tropical oasis that you step into when you come into this space. Personally, one of my favorite areas of the Science Center. It is a little bit of an add-on ticket if you wanted to come and visit. So we do encourage people, if they were expecting to come and they wanted to visit this multiple times a year, you can add it onto a membership here at the Science Center. So that way it's just included whenever you want to come experience the rest of the museum. You have the option to come here as well. So that's an option for the membership specifically. But in terms of this space in itself, it's filled with free-flying tropical butterflies, plants, and really just a great relaxing atmosphere when you step in here.
Yeah, it's very magical, you know, and it kind of transports you into like that place where most of us here in the Northeast don't get to enjoy too much.
Exactly.
So you talked about memberships. What are some of the other benefits of getting a membership here at the Science Center?
Yeah, so our memberships offer families unlimited general admission here to the Science Center for a full year. So you can come here as many times as you want. It pays for itself after 2 visits, so basically everything after that is just extra, which is fantastic. We also have reciprocal programs with different museums around the state, different aquariums and things like that. But we are also part of the ASTC Passport Program, which means you have access to science centers and technology centers nationwide who are also participating in the program. So it offers a lot of really great benefits for families who want to just explore and have really great day trips with each other.
So if you're already planning your summer vacation to one of the major cities that has something, you can come get your membership here, and you can already have possibly admission to one of those science centers elsewhere.
Exactly, yeah.
What is some of the other things that people can experience here at the Science Center that you don't normally think of when you just see an advertisement on the Science Center?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have exhibits ranging in all different topics of STEM. We have Kids Space, which is really popular for our younger visitors, which is all water play, learning about physics, things like that. We also have our sports lab. We have our Exploring Space Gallery, which really transports you to feel like you're walking into space in this really amazing atmosphere. So we really have something for everyone to enjoy, and really anyone in the family has a reason that they'll enjoy being here at the Science Center. And
you offer also some hands-on experiences from an educational standpoint too. Is that what we're going to go take a look at next and talk about?
Yeah, so we have our STEM educators here on site who daily will be out on the floor with different STEM activities, many of them relating to exhibits that you'll be experiencing here at the Science Center, and just kind of taking it that next step of engagement with our visitors.
Okay, great. Well, a butterfly didn't decide to land on me here like I was hoping for, but maybe they will when you get to come and visit here at the Science Center.
When connection is needed most, Cox is there to help. When families depend on affordable internet, we support them. When teachers need more than a pat on the back, we invest in them. And when seniors need connection during isolation, we roll up our sleeves.
This is Elvin. I'm a volunteer for Cox. I'm calling to see how you're doing today.
When students need the tools to succeed, we empower them. When people on the spectrum need video chat that's built for them, we invent it.
Every time your expression changes. It's really cool.
And when veterans need a company who serves them, they can count on Cox. Whenever and wherever it matters most, we'll be there.
Heart doesn't see race. Love is love. Roll over.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique.
And your mother.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love.
All right, we're in our next exhibit called Genome in Me, and this seems to be a great place when it comes to STEM education and how you can connect that with all the great programs you guys offer here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why don't you talk a little bit about this tree of life and family tree with a DNA strand in the middle is very cool. What's going on over here?
Yeah, so this is our Genome in Me exhibition. So this we're really talking about our ancestry tree behind us, our DNA, our genetics, what really makes us who we are. And we have obviously a ton of educational components throughout the Science Center here specifically. Behind us, behind the tree, is our genomics lab, which we see a lot of our STEM educators in there doing life science programming. That obviously tends to be a little bit more genetics and genomics focused, but we have life science happening throughout the museum on all different topics and all different areas of STEM.
Typically, how many STEM educators do you guys have on staff here? I mean, it sounds like there's so many people that love science and want to share that knowledge with everybody.
Yeah, we have about a dozen different STEM educators here on our staff. They do everything from the programs that you'll see here in our galleries, as well as going off-site to schools to bring programs directly to students, libraries, and those in the community as well. So they're a huge part of what we do here, and we love having them.
So speaking of that, if you are a teacher out there or an educator that wants to get involved in some of these programs, whether it be at your school or coming here, what's that process like?
Yeah, so all of the information is on our website, ctsciencecenter.org. We have the list of all of our different field trip options, as well as the kind of information we need from you to book, as well as our traveling programs options. That's all laid out really nicely on our website, and then from there you will fill out our booking form, and then our staff will be back in contact with you to kind of go through all those final logistical details.
And real quick, there's so many other great things people can get from the website too. What's some of the things on the website you encourage people to kind of visit before they come to the Science Center?
Yeah, so we have listed on our website all of our upcoming events. So if there's an event, I know we talked about some of those earlier in the program, but if there's an event that you're specifically interested in, we have our full list of upcoming events on our website with more details. Maybe something we didn't mention could have popped up there. So that's always really great to look at. We also have information on our membership program. Once again, I know we talked about that earlier, but if you have any questions about how the logistics of that work, our full list of exhibits, so you can kind of really plan out your day while you're here. You can say, we're super interested in Genome in Me and exploring space, so we want to make sure we get to those first. So it really offers you that option of plan out your day, plan out any movies you might want to come see, the butterfly encounter, so you can really get a full feel of what your experience will be here on site by planning ahead on the website.
Now, I know my children have come here on field trips, and it was the highlight of the year.
Yeah.
What is some of the feedback you've got from the teachers and the kids that experience those field trips, and what it means to the whole experience here at Connecticut Science Center?
Yeah, absolutely. We definitely get the feedback of, just a really great experience that they've had here. We're really priding ourselves on bringing the concepts that they're learning in the classroom, in the textbooks, to life, where they can actually interact with it and really see it firsthand through maybe something that they wouldn't have expected to be learning from. You're playing with, in our Forces in Motion gallery, you're playing with cars with square wheels, and you're learning about forces and all these kinds of things. So kind of taking those concepts that you would have learned about in the classroom setting and really applying them in a real world application that can maybe inspire that next generation of someone who would be interested in exploring that for a future career or even further than that.
And let's face it, hands-on learning is some of the best learning too. So with that being said, let's go and take a look at some more exhibits. right, we are now on top of the sunny rooftop garden here at the Connecticut Science Center in beautiful downtown Hartford.
Perfect day.
It is. It's just a little bit breezy. As you can see, all the beautiful plants and flowers, they're just naturally growing here. But it must take an army to maintain this. Who takes care of this?
Yeah, so we have our horticultural staff who actually takes care of not just our rooftop garden here, which is kind of amazing to see this on top of a 9-story building in the middle of Hartford, to see a tree growing, bushes, all this kind of stuff. So it's really thanks to them that we have this up here in such a beautiful space for people to enjoy, as well as our plaza and our butterfly encounter, which we had previously explored. But we have a couple full-time staff members here that maintain this, as well as our green team, which is our volunteer base that works with them to maintain all of these beautiful spaces for us.
So at Focus, we really encourage people to get involved in volunteerism on a whole. So that's something the green team people could sign up to be part of a volunteer for?
Yeah, absolutely. So all the information's on our website. So if you go to our website, there's information of who to contact to get more information about that program. But we invite everyone. You know, you don't have to necessarily have, you know, the biggest green thumb to be involved. We want to, you know, have people learn about the plants and what it takes to maintain these gardens. So we encourage people to volunteer and help us keep these as beautiful as we can be.
And are there any other volunteer opportunities, or is this pretty much the main place?
So the green team is the main place where we have volunteer opportunities. Everyone else that you see here is full-time staff. But definitely reach out and we can have conversations.
So another way the general public could maybe help out is make a donation, right?
Yes.
You are a 501c3 nonprofit, and although it's an amazing place, you guys need continuous funding, and I know you can make a pitch for that. So what's some ways people could make a donation here at the Science Center?
Yeah, so we have a couple different ways, and everything is outlined on our website. You could do a one-time gift. If you want to do a reoccurring monthly gift, you can do that as well. If you want to just do a simple ticket roundup, where you round up to the nearest dollar or whatever amount you choose. When you're purchasing your tickets to come here for the day for your visit, you're more than welcome to do that. So we have lots of really great options for individuals or families who want to give to the Science Center.
Now I know that corporations getting involved too. Cox Communications just recently gave the Science Center our Cox Charities grant, which will help with some of the STEM education initiatives here, which we're really excited about. For some other corporations that might be watching this, that we encourage you to help them out too, what's that process like?
Yeah, so once again, there's contact information on our website to reach out directly to our development team, and we can kind of talk through the process there of the gift and what they would like it to go towards and everything like that. So yeah, that's all outlined on the website, and we encourage folks to take a look at that and think about ways that they can support us.
So, Katelyn, thank you so much for all your time today. You've been an amazing guide through the Science Center, through every of the many different levels here. We appreciate your time today, and thank you for everything you do for the community in the Greater Hartford area. Katelyn Zima, the communications manager here at the Connecticut Science Center, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for exploring the Science Center with me today.
All right, well, that about wraps up our tour here of the Connecticut Science Center. We'd like to thank all the staff and the people here that made us feel welcome and showed us all around. We really encourage you guys to learn more about the Science Center and come on down for a visit. So on behalf of myself and my other co-host, Mark Warnock, who's behind the camera today, thank you so much for watching Focus.